Good morning, everybody. Welcome to or back to my channel. I am so excited because in 2 days, actually tomorrow, I am going to Italy. This is kind of a offset video. Most of my sit-down chats are a little bit offset. So you still have a lot of videos to see before I go to Italy, but in current time, current Sarah, the Sarah that is filming this is going to Italy in 2 days. So that will be in the future for you guys. I'm going to be recording the trip, obviously. So that whole series will probably come out in a couple months. So I'm so excited to share that with you guys and all the stuff that you're going to see since watching this video. Just a lot of exciting films coming out for you guys. But I thought I would do a little Q&A. I haven't done one of these in a while. Just talking about like van stuff, travel, money, social media, and stuff like that. So let's hop right into it. A lot of people have asked if Tori's going to be building out a van. We have talked about this. I think we talked about this in our Q&A together. And yes, she is planning to do that. The van building process takes time, you know, like she still needs to even save up for a van. So that's just all going to take time. But those are in the plans. When you get a job on the road, how does it work with putting your home address down? So I don't totally know because I haven't worked in a formal job. I've worked at farms, and I just signed up for Uber Eats too. And I just put down my address in Austin, Texas, like my parents' home address. So if you have like a parent or a friend, maybe you could put their address down. That's what I do. How do you deal with alone time while being with two people in one van? This is the reason that Tori will be getting another van, because personally I don't really have a desire to travel like with one person in one van, even though I love Tori so much and we get along really well in a small space. I really like having my own space, especially when it's already so small, and I really value my alone time. Tori does as well, and I just think like alone time is so important in any relationship, and it is kind of hard to get that when you're traveling with a person in a van. But when Tori and I are traveling together, we do a fairly good job at making sure we're getting the amount of alone time we need. Sometimes I'll go off and do yoga in the morning with a friend and she'll stay in the van and journal. Sometimes she'll go on a walk on the beach and I'll stay in the van and like journal, and it really just happens kind of organically that we are wanting our own space, and it just like happens where one of us is like, I'm gonna go on a walk and I'm gonna go solo, and we don't take it personally because we both know that like we both need that. What would you suggest doing if I'm planning to move into a van once I turn 18? I would just say like save up all the funds that you have, like just get prepared, save up while you're in the process of that, and then go on camping trips, you know, like if you have a car right now, take that car to some national forest land. You could bring a tent, you could like put a little foam pad in the car, and as you do that, like maybe on weekends or like on holidays, then you can get an idea of what it is that you're going to want and need once you build that van. How much gas do you use monthly? Will the price of gas have a huge effect on your travel plans? I probably spend several hundred on gas each month, maybe like at the cheapest 200 if I'm not driving really very much. Or I mean, I guess it could be close to zero and it could be like $70 a month, and it definitely has been. There were periods of time where I spent like almost a month at a campsite and I stocked up on so much food. Obviously this varies so much. If I'm driving across the country, it's going to be $200, $500 a month. I tend to enjoy traveling slow. This is for price. This is also just for my mental health. I don't like traveling super fast, and I just like to get to know a place. So that's kind of how I deal with it. But I can totally slow down if I ever feel like I need to be frugal for a month. Under the same grain of thought, what would you do if you were running out of money whilst away on travel? So I never really let that happen. Like I have friends that let that happen and kind of play like really close to the end surplus of their savings. I don't really let that happen. I always have a couple thousand to several thousand, and when I go on a trip, like for example going to Italy, I kind of average in my head like how much I think it's going to be and make sure that I have that amount and more in my bank account. I always try to have like several thousand in my bank in case anything goes wrong in the van. If I need something fixed, that can oftentimes be like thousands of dollars, and I want to have that just to like alleviate stress. And not everybody has to do it that way, but if I was kind of like close to running out of money or running out of the amount of money that I feel comfortable with, I would just get a job. Like, you can totally have a job in any city. Like, if you're close to a city, just go into that city, find a job. It could be a job like a coffee shop. It could be a like seasonal job, a farm working job. I recently downloaded the app Uber Eats Driver just so I can like drive around and make some money and have that as a tool. So I already have the account, and anybody can do that. There's Instacart, there's all of those different online apps that you can use, and I'm pretty sure you can use them in different states. I haven't tested it out yet, but actually Tori tested it out. She did it in Colorado. So you can do it while traveling. That's so great because you can create your own schedule, you get paid online, and you have no obligations to like be there for a certain amount of time like you would in a coffee shop. But I know people who get coffee shop jobs for a season, so that's totally doable too. Somebody asked how I became self-employed and what your journey has been like. I became self-employed a couple years ago when one of my YouTube videos went semi-viral. It has about 500,000 views, and I'll link it up here. It is Why I'm a Loner and Live in a Van. That allowed me to monetize my YouTube channel. Basically, to monetize your YouTube channel, to get AdSense, you have to check off a certain amount of things. You need a certain amount of subscribers, you need a certain amount of view times, and that pushed me over the edge where I was able to monetize my channel. So now I make AdSense off my videos. And in addition to that, I also reach out to sponsors, or sponsors reach out to me, and they will pay me to like promote their product or take photos for their product, make videos and content for their product, which I'm really grateful for. And if you guys would like a whole video dedicated to how to make money digitally and online, and how to reach out to brands and stuff like that as a small creator, because I have almost 30,000 subscribers at the time I'm filming this. So I am a small creator and I'm still really making this work for me. So if you guys would like a full video on that, I would love to make that. But yeah, I reach out to brands, I send them my media kit, and I have my website. I've sold like my crystals that I mine and jewelry that I make myself, paintings. I plan to do more on that realm of like selling my own stuff. But my journey has basically looked like I've always desired it, so I've always put myself out there in that way. I've always like looked at different ways of passive income, different forms and ways that I could make money, whether that's through a website. I built my website myself. I make all the jewelry and stuff myself. I've always been like learning skills and talents and different things that I could sell or make and sell, and making videos and stuff like that. And I just spent a really long time mastering my craft and continuously doing things I love. I've always had like kind of an entrepreneurial mindset. So in college, I was selling paintings and jewelry. How long do you see yourself doing van life for, and what are some of your long-term goals? So I see myself living in a van for as long as I want to, definitely several more years. Tori's building out a van, so I obviously want to travel alongside her. There's so much of the country and even Mexico and Canada that I want to explore that I haven't yet. Like long-term goals after that though is I want to go to every country in the world. I really want to explore like every crevice of the world and just like travel and immerse myself in different cultures, and I see myself doing that form of like nomadic traveling for a long time. Beyond that, though, I would love to film documentaries, be super involved in the animal rights movement and the fight against factory farming and animal agriculture and all of that stuff. I would love to have kids, adopt kids. I don't know, that's so far in the future, but I really want to have a family and kiddos one day. I love kids so much. And then in the future, I would love to write like actual novels. And I think that's way, way in the future. But those are just like little dreams I have and bucket list things in my head. Somebody said thoughts on polyamory. I have actually been in several open relationships. Actually, my last monogamous relationship before Tori and I are monogamous, was when I was like 15 with my first love. Since that time, afterwards, like the couple serious relationships I had afterwards were a more open style of relationship. The reason why is because I started to really doubt monogamy. I doubted whether or not like that was actually the norm that should be followed. Like, you know how penguins are, I don't know, are they polyamorous or are they monogamous? But you know, every single species is like, this one's polyamorous, this one's monogamous. I was like, what actually are humans? Or are we just doing something that's unnatural to us? Because there's so many things we do that are unnatural to us. Not that we have to do everything that's natural to us, but I was wondering if that's why, you know, we see like cheating in relationships, and if we see like a high divorce rate, like does that have anything to do with us maybe not being monogamous? And I know that at a certain point in our history we were polyamorous, and we kind of had a more open style of relationships, and we lived in communities, and the females would, you know, have sex with a lot of people and then have a child, and because they didn't know whose child it was, so the whole tribe would like take care of the child. Where obviously like most of society doesn't live in a construct in that way anymore. So I do think it makes a lot more sense to be monogamous, because it takes so much energy to raise a child. So I think it's really helpful to have a partner. It's helpful to have a tribe, but we don't really like live by those same societal like norms that we did at a point in time when we were polyamorous. Anyways, that's like a whole grain of thought. I think whatever works for you, as long as it is ethical and consensual, and you are like being considerate of other people's feelings, is great. I think some polyamory works for some people, maybe it's not for other people. Towards the end of my last polyamorous open relationship, I realized I really don't think that it is for me. I don't know, like I definitely don't want to totally close myself off to any idea, but I think it was causing a lot more suffering than I even needed to cause to myself, and the communication was lacking. There was a lot of fighting about it, and it just was not really super desirable for me, and I think it added a lot more pain than needed to be. So yeah, with Tori, I feel like it feels like the right move to be in a closed style of relationship. I feel like I'm a little too jealous of a person to be in an open relationship with Tori. But there is this book called The Ethical Slut, and it kind of details like all this stuff about different types of open relationships. So there are so many different types of open relationships, and it was super interesting for me to read about them. I'm really grateful that I kind of like explored some different non-conventional types of relationships instead of just doing monogamy just because that's what you're supposed to do. Because I do think there's so many different types of relationships that work differently for different people. The next question is, what is your favorite like van life product right now? And I thought I would share with you guys. I'm actually really excited to share this product with you guys because Tori and I, when we were traveling through Oregon, were obsessed. Like, it changed the entire van, and I have been wanting one of these for so long. This has been like a van life thing I've wanted for a very long time. So this is the BenQ projector. This is the box, but this isn't even the size of the projector. This is the projector, and I actually think it's so cute and like stylish too. It's the GS50. That's what it says on here. Yeah, like I said, it's super cute. It has like this button here for a stand. All the buttons are so cute, and like it has this, and it's just very sleek. This opens and closes. And then it has all the plugs. It's very easy to use, and I basically set it up inside or outside the van, and I can project any movie, watch Netflix and stuff like that. And I swear to you, this van becomes like a movie theater. That's what it feels like. And so it is hands down my favorite tool to have in the van, because it just adds such an element of community. I can invite people over for movies. Like, it totally changes the scene. And Tori and I were like obsessed because we never really watch videos and movies and stuff like that together, especially on such a big screen. And it just feels so different watching it on a laptop. It just does not feel the same. So yeah, I've been wanting one of these for a very long time, and I'm so glad I got one. The other thing I really like is that it is very durable. It's like splash proof. It's very outdoor friendly. So again, I can like use this outdoors and not worry about a bit of rain or anything like that. It's drop proof, super durable. So that's really good for my lifestyle. Like I have dropped this a couple times. It rolled out of the van door and it still works perfectly great. So I really appreciate durability in a product. So this is a projector that I really love for that reason. And then there's like autofocus and auto keystone functions. So the setup process is very easy, which I also really appreciate because I just like it to be quick and simple. So yeah, I will leave the links to this projector down below if you want one. Somebody said, do you believe in aliens? Yes. I don't understand how people could not believe in aliens. Like the government said that they found aliens and they're talking to aliens. So I feel like it's a conspiracy theory to not believe in aliens at this point because it's just like a fact that aliens are there. I've had long conversations with my friend Chase. When he visited Austin, we went deep into the alien talk and entertained this idea that maybe we are a simulation that has been created by aliens that are much more intelligent and evolved than us. They're so much smarter than us that we can't comprehend, but they created us as a simulation in a similar way that we would create like a AI system or a computer program or an algorithm to solve a problem in a quicker amount of time than we could do in our heads. So like people do this all the time. They set up an algorithm online, run it out in the computer to solve this problem. Aliens could have created us to find like solutions to problems that we could solve for them. I don't know. In a way that feels kind of morbid because it's like we don't have a purpose here, and so I don't really believe it, but it's an interesting thought to entertain. But I do definitely believe in aliens. Somebody said, what are you doing with the van while you're gone? Like when I go to Italy, when I went to Costa Rica, what do I do with the van? So I'm in Austin, Texas now. I came to Austin, Texas because I'm flying out of here for Italy. And I'm leaving at my parents' house. When I was in Colorado, that's where I flew out of when I went to Costa Rica and Panama, and I left it at a friend's house. So I always just find somewhere that's like safe, that, yeah, I don't have to worry about car break-ins and there's somebody to monitor it, and then I just, yeah, leave it there and go. Somebody asked, how do you shower? I have a Planet Fitness membership and an outdoor shower. Also, I find streams and different stuff like that to shower. If you could change anything about your van, would you? I would definitely change, like I would have a compostable toilet, I think. Yes, I would definitely have a compostable toilet. I regret not having that. And the next question, do you wish your van had a toilet? Yes, I wish my van had a toilet so badly. It was such a stupid decision. I was so resistant to it. My mom was like, you need to get a toilet, Sarah. And I was like, no, I'll just go in the wilderness. And now I'm like looking at my van build, how do I add a toilet? And it's just kind of odd because I laid it out with no opportunities to have like a slide out toilet. So I might just at some point create like an ottoman, like a sliding ottoman in here that has a toilet housed inside of it. But other than that, I don't really have a toilet. So yeah, that's that. Anyways, I'm gonna wrap this video up here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, I have so many adventures for you guys. I have videos going through Wyoming and Costa Rica, the Grand Tetons, Yellowstone. No, I already did Costa Rica. Sorry. Italy is up next, which I'm very excited about. I have all my travels through California, Oregon, a van festival. I have so much for you guys to see. So follow along and subscribe if you haven't already. I post videos every single Saturday. And I would love if you guys could like comment down below. Let me know what you guys like to see from me. If you kind of like these sit down chats or if you like my vlog style, documentary style films.